Wind River Studio is a cloud-native, end-to-end DevOps platform for automotive. We will show an end-to-end demonstration of Wind River Studio, from gathering software requirements, changing code, scanning, automated testing, test lab management, traceability of test to requirements, and finally, deploying over the air to a vehicle with data fed back to the development cycle. Let's say we have the hazard lights in a car blinking once every second, and the requirement is to have them blink every 200 milliseconds. We launch the workspace that contains the project and change the source code from 1000 milliseconds to 200 milliseconds. Commit the change to the central repository and version control system, and sync the changes. As soon as the code is committed, the continuous integration or CI pipeline we defined for the project starts running, and the code goes through a scanning tool. We are using a third-party tool called Black Duck, but you could use any third-party tool from our Gallery App Store or integrate your custom tool with Studio's extensibility framework. After the tool scans for risks and vulnerabilities, it goes through the build process. And then a hardware test bench in Germany is reserved. Studio's virtual lab makes sure the physical hardware is connected to the cloud and is automatically reserved for the Test Automation Framework, or TAF, to run tests. TAF runs hardware-in-the-loop tests in parallel with Google Test Suite that runs software-in-the-loop tests. You can see the progress of the runs here. The scan, build, test bench reservation, and all tests have run successfully. Once the last task, sync back to requirements, is done, we see the test results are traced back to the requirements. Automatic traceability of tests to requirements is unique to Studio. Once tests are passed, we have a continuous deployment pipeline to deploy the release to the vehicle. This can also be automatically triggered from the CI pipeline. This pipeline uses Studio's over-the-air update capability to deploy the changed software to the vehicle. The pipeline also runs vehicle-in-the-loop tests on the vehicle, feeding back data using Studio's digital feedback loop capability. The hazard lights are now blinking at the required rate of once every 200 milliseconds. We have shown an end-to-end demonstration of Wind River Studio, covering software requirements, code changes, automated testing, test lab management, traceability of tests to requirements, and finally, deploying over the air to a vehicle.